The courtroom was packed with reporters, lawyers, and interested spectators. Donald Trump Jr. stood at the podium, wiping sweat from his forehead. His confident air began to fade as he tried to extricate himself from the difficult situation. It all started when he, as a witness in the case, decided to make an impassioned speech about the conspiracy against his family and the witch hunt. His voice was loud, he waved his arms, emphasizing the false accusations and the media conspiracy. But the judge was not pleased. "Mr. Trump, you are not here at a rally. Answer the questions without unnecessary speeches." The servant of Themis abruptly interrupted him. The audience held its breath. Trump Jr. faded, but decided to continue. And then the unexpected happened. Donald Trump Jr. tried to seize the initiative. He took a deep breath and, as if not hearing the judge's remark, spoke louder. "This trial is a farce. Everyone here knows that this is part of a global conspiracy against my father. They want to shut us up, but we will not be silent." His lawyer, who was sitting next to him, began to imperceptibly gesture, "Calm down, don't overdo it." But Trump Jr. didn't pay attention. His face turned red, he continued his tirade, waving his arms. And then something happened that no one expected. The judge sharply tapped his gavel. "Mr. Trump. One more violation of the order, and I will fine you for contempt of court." A tense silence reigned in the courtroom. Trump Jr. paused for a moment, but decided to go all in. Disrespect? And what is respect then? Listen to lies? He said defiantly. The judge frowned, but before he could answer, the most shameful thing happened. In the heat of emotion, Trump Jr. suddenly got tangled in his own papers, tripped over the edge of the podium and fell to the floor, arms outstretched. At first, there was dead silence in the hall, and then there was muffled laughter. The CNN cameraman didn't miss the moment, the camera caught the fall in every detail. Someone even heard one of the jurors whisper to his neighbor, "Well, this will definitely go down in history." Trump Jr. jumped up, trying to pretend that nothing had happened, but it was too late. Social media was already exploding with memes and mocking comments. The lawyer just covered his face with his hands, and the judge, sighing deeply, declared a recess. But everyone already knew, it was a complete failure. Trump Jr. tried to regain his balance, straightened his shoulders and adjusted his jacket. "I'm fine," he said, trying to shake off the laughter in the hall. But the moment was irretrievably lost. The TV operator was already reviewing the slow-motion recording of the fall, journalists were frantically typing headlines, and the first memes began to appear on Twitter: "The Trump Show, the Great Fall." Trump Jr.'s lawyer clutched his head, trying to find at least some strategy for salvation. "Your Honor, my client was just a little excited," he tried to justify himself. The judge, clearly irritated, tapped the gavel on the table. "If you're done with the physical comedy genre, maybe we can get back to the case?" The hall erupted in muffled laughter. But Trump Jr. didn't give up yet. "It's all a conspiracy. I know there are people here who want to humiliate me. My microphone was deliberately placed so that I would get caught." The judge covered his eyes with his hand, clearly trying to remain patient. "Mr. Trump, I'm warning you for the last time. No one here is interested in your conspiracy theories. Answer the questions or I'll fine you for contempt of court." But Trump Jr. was already out of control. What if the media had set this up? What if the cameraman knew I was going to fall? Where's the video from another angle? His voice was breaking, and in the meantime the lawyer was already texting on his phone, probably to Trump's team: "Control lost. Prepare crisis PR." But the worst was yet to come. The courtroom was in chaos. Donald Trump Jr., as if he had completely forgotten that he was not at a campaign rally, continued to say whatever came to his mind. "This is an attack on my family. This is political persecution," he shouted, waving his arms so that he almost hit his lawyer. The judge took a deep breath and rapped the gavel again. "Last warning. If you don't calm down, I will remove you from the courtroom." Trump Jr. grimaced, but fell silent for a second. It was clear that he was looking for a new way to seize the initiative. And then something happened that would finally destroy his reputation that day. His phone rang. Loudly. Very loudly. And not just a signal, but the MAGA anthem performed, apparently by some Russian choir. "Make America Great Again," thundered throughout the courtroom. The eyes of all the jurors rolled in unison. The lawyer grabbed his head, the judge gritted his teeth. "Turn it off immediately," he exploded. Trump Jr. frantically fumbled in his pockets, trying to get his phone. But, unfortunately, instead of simply turning it off, he accidentally answered the call, and the voice on the other end of the wire was heard throughout the courtroom. "Don, bro, what's up? Have you already broken everyone?" It was the voice of one of his friends, who probably didn't even realize that he was calling at the worst possible moment. The courtroom erupted in laughter. The judge rapped his gavel furiously. "Guard! Take out the witness." Two burly guards rose from their seats and moved toward Trump Jr., who finally turned off his phone and looked completely embarrassed. "You can't treat me like that. This is a political attack. I have the right to speak," he tried to protest, but the guards had already taken him by the elbows and started to lead him out of the courtroom. The lawyer just silently gathered his papers. The judge rubbed his temples wearily. "We're adjourning. We'll get back to the hearing when the emotions have calmed down a bit," he said, closing the session. But the damage had already been done. Outside the courthouse, dozens of cameras were waiting for Trump Jr. to come out to take photos of his scandalous walk of shame. Meanwhile, the hashtags #TrumpFall, #MAGA Circus, and #Courtroom Chaos were trending on Twitter. As soon as Donald Trump Jr. appeared on the street, he was surrounded by reporters. The cameras were clicking non-stop, and the microphones were flying right in his face. "Mr. Trump, what do you say about your removal from the court? Do you consider this to be political persecution? How do you comment on your fall?" Trump Jr. gritted his teeth. His face was red with anger, but he had to maintain a certain image. He tried to speak confidently, although his voice was shaking. It's all a conspiracy by the liberal media. They want to destroy our family." But his voice was drowned out by a new wave of laughter. Right in front of him, on the big screen of one of the New York street broadcasting platforms, the video of his fall was already playing, in replay, in slow motion, with comical music. The journalists could not help but smile. But the real blow awaited him on the internet. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, a wave of humiliation. While Trump Jr. was trying to give an interview, chaos was already brewing on social networks. The video of the fall, millions of views. Memes, hundreds of versions. The most popular. "When you think you're the boss, but the universe reminds you that you're a clown." Trump Jr., the fall of a dynasty. Gravity is the only fair judge. TikTok trend, users record themselves falling on the stands in costumes and copying Trump Jr.'s speech. Celebrity reactions. Some of the stars also couldn't help themselves. Jimmy Kimmel on his show. "We expected drama in court, but this exceeded all expectations. What are your bets, next time he'll bring a trampoline to the stand?" Robert De Niro in an interview. "Well, this seems to be the first time Trump has actually fallen, literally." Snoop Dogg posted a meme of Trump Jr. flying into space with the caption, "When your karma is faster than you." What did his father say? Everyone was waiting for Donald Trump Sr.'s reaction. And he didn't make them wait long. On his Truth Social platform, he wrote, "Fake news is attacking my son again. He didn't fall, he just decided to finish his speech faster." Everyone saw the floor was slippery. The trial is a farce. But even his fans couldn't help but joke in the comments. Mr. President, is gravity part of the conspiracy too? Maybe Biden smeared the floor? Waiting for NASA's answer. What's next? Despite attempts to salvage the situation, it was clear that this was a dark day for Trump Jr. His lawyers were now not only preparing their defense in the case, but also trying to stop the avalanche of memes. But it was too late. This moment went down in history. The day after his disgrace in court, Donald Trump Jr. decided to take a desperate step, to go on television and give an exclusive interview on the Fox News channel. His team insisted, it is necessary to urgently change the information agenda, otherwise this meme will haunt him for years. The studio was prepared perfectly, American flags, a serious host, dimmed lights. Trump Jr. sat in a suit, trying to look confident. Host, Mr. Trump, yesterday's incident has gone viral. What do you say to your supporters? Trump Jr. took a deep breath and tried to make a face of a conspiracy victim. Trump Jr., we all know that the liberal media wants to destroy my family. They even used my minor fall to distract from the real problem, political persecution. Host, but people say it was pretty funny. Trump Jr. nervously clasped his hands together, but decided to do the night move. Trump Jr. Well, to be honest, I thought it was funny too. Look, everyone has their moments. Why not laugh? A large banner appeared on the screen, exclusive. Trump Jr. laughs at his own fall. He forced a smile, but his eyes betrayed inner rage. Host, so you take this moment with humor? Trump Jr., absolutely. And even more, I think I can use it. For example, I'm already preparing a line of t-shirts with the inscription, I didn't fall, I was attacked. There was a muffled applause. But the irony was still raging on social media. If you can't beat the memes, pretend to be having fun. Trump Jr. is so broke he's selling t-shirts about his downfall. Can I have some more mugs? I'll drink tea from mockery. Despite all attempts to control the situation, the world had already decided, this moment had become a classic. Epilogue. A few months later, a late-night show presented the award for Best Political Downfall of the Year. Guess who won? Yes, Trump Jr. His face appeared on the big screen, and the hall erupted in laughter. Somewhere in his estate, Trump Jr. clutched his phone and hissed. They'll remember this later. But no one cared anymore.